How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode, Jack About Joe. So yes, it's the series in which I talk about figures that I have absolutely no clue about, which is almost every G.I. Joe figure, but I do appreciate a good action figure, so let's just get into who we're going to talk about today. And this is definitely one of those, in that case, of no idea whatsoever, but he looked kind of neat, and he was on a deep discount. So we're going to talk about Nunchuk here. Ralph Baducci, I do believe his name is. Honestly, I don't think Ralph, well, I guess Ralph Macchio, but he didn't use the name Ralph when he was in The Karate Kid. But anyway, so he's a ninja that wears camouflage, like green. So you can see like all the bits. He's got the ninja footwear going on there. I guess that makes you more sneaky when you can separate your toes in half, I think. So super sneaky. The reason I got this guy on a deep discount is because he is missing his wrist guard. So it looks like it just broke clean off. Honestly, I don't really care. I may end up just taking him apart and using pieces of him to make my own G.I. Joe figures, possibly. But honestly, like, I don't know what I'll do with him. He's not the best. Like, his one foot just does not stay on. The other one's nice and tight, but weapon-wise, again, I do believe he has every weapon that he came with on his person, so we might as well start with the, let's just start with his Wolverine claws. So he's got these guys. I know there's a proper term for this, but I couldn't tell you. They look really cool. I'm digging them. Yep, those are going to do some damage, and he gets 2. Right there, he's got a matching set, so that's always a good thing. He's also got one knife right here in his little sheath there. Again, I honestly, can't you make the blade silver? Just at the very least, like if you're gonna put no effort into the coloring of this thing, I mean, it literally blends right in with the figure itself, like just his pack, right? Everything's cast in the same smoky gray color, but let's just get on with it. So he's got the one knife, he's got his 2 little claw doohickey mabobs, he's got 2 of these guys. These are crazy. Again, some name for this. It's not a katana sword, I can tell you that much. So he's got 2 of those, and they go in quite nicely, although I guess you really need to be careful if you've got these 2 really sharp swords going through on the sides there. So yeah, he's got to be super careful. And then, obviously, if he has the name or his code name or his nickname or whatever is Nunchuk, he better have a couple, or at least one. And he's got 2. And he's got really great storage on the back for those as well. Again, everything is cast in that gray, that smoky gray color. But yeah, if you would have done the little knife, at least with the silver on the blade, just to break up all of that, would have been, I think, just a little bit better. He's got his headpiece thing. It doesn't come off. This is an extra bit that you can stick on, so I guess you can make it look like it's blowing in the wind, I guess. But let's put his foot back on. I feel bad for him. So it would be one thing if I sat around and played with these guys all the time, although that would be a really good feature. Like, not Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow just cut off my foot. You better get him. That's what I got for you. Anyway, I have, nothing else to tell you about this guy, except he's green, he's got stripes, he comes with all double weapons except for his little knife. So he's got 2 of these, 2 big swords, 2 nunchucks, his little piece that just popped right out of that hole right there as well. And that is it. I do believe I put this guy on my Why did I buy him? On my top 10 list, he was an honorable mention for a figure. Yeah, there's a few that I have mentioned them many times over the last while, on how there are a couple on here I could easily get rid of that mean absolutely nothing to me, but they were either a cheap grab off of Marketplace, or again, something like this where there's a piece missing. I don't mind jumping on and grabbing things like that. That's okay. I mean, visually, he looks really cool. I'll try to get him in a neat little pose, and maybe I'll come around a little bit more to him. I'm assuming this guy's probably a later line. And maybe he's part of a team or something like that. I honestly, I really don't know. So here's me giving Ralph lots of attitude, and I honestly really just don't know anything about the guy. I know he's from New York, so you got to give it up to the New Yorkers, I guess, every once in a while. But yeah, he might grow on me. I don't know. One of these days when I do have a little bit more free time, maybe I'll start kind of looking into some of these guys just a little bit more, just so I've got a little better understanding about what goes on inside his little 6-inch statured brain. But yeah, that's Nunchuk. That's Ralph. Good old, hey Ralphie boy. So good old Ralph Nunchuk Baducci. Another G.I. Joe, one of the Joes, not a Cobra guy, so that also goes against him, because I never really had a lot of G.I. Joe. It was Cobra. But anyway, there you go. Ralph Nunchuk Baducci. So he has been jacked about Joed, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Comment, share, like, subscribe, all that usual YouTube mumbo jumbo. And thanks to whoever decides that they want to put some comments out there to let me know exactly what this guy's all about. Later, eh?